everybody. Let's just dive deep into our reflective meditation. So let's begin with the conscious 5. Sit up straight in your chairs, and if you're sitting cross-legged, make sure your back is supported and everything, and your shoulders relaxed. Bring your hands in front of you and just bring them a few inches apart. The conscious 5 is here to help us consolidate, concentrate, and come into the here and now. So let's say the words and very attentively bring our fingers together. Consolidate, concentrate, connect, be here now. Bring all the fingers together in a namaste and bring it towards your chest. Keep it at your chest, close your eyes, and let's just follow wherever the sound of the bell takes us. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your hands to your lap with your palms facing up. You can leave your eyes closed. The poem itself takes us into a mode of meditation. So close your eyes and listen to the poem, and then we will do a short meditation on reflective meditation. So the poem I have for you here today is called Hokusai Says. And who is Hokusai? He is a Japanese artist, and this poem is about what he says, and it's written by Roger Keyes. So just close your eyes, let your body just sink into that chair or wherever you're sitting. And let this poem take you to a place within you that we don't know what it is. Like nobody can say it. It's for you to experience. So Hokusai Says by Roger Keyes. Hokusai says, look carefully. He says, pay attention. Notice. He says, keep looking. Stay curious. He says there is no end to seeing. He says look forward to getting old. He says keep changing. You just get more who you really are. He says get stuck. Accept it. Repeat yourself as long as it is interesting. He says, keep doing what you love. He says, keep praying. He says, every one of us is a child. Every one of us is ancient. Every one of us has a body. He says, every one of us is frightened. He says every one of us has to find a way to live with fear. He says everything is alive. Shells, buildings, people, fish, mountains, trees, woods, everything is alive. Water is alive. Everything has its own life, and everything lives inside us. He says, live with the world inside you. He says, it doesn't matter if you draw or write books. It doesn't matter if you just saw wood or catch fish. It doesn't matter if you sit at home and stare at the ants on your veranda or the shadows of the trees and stare at the grass in your garden. It matters that you care. It matters that you feel. It matters that you notice. It matters that life lives through you. Contentment is life living through you. Joy is life living through you. Satisfaction and strength is life living through you. He says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Love, feel that life and see it take you by the hand. Let life live through you. So this is the poem. I'm just going to give you a second to reflect. So close your eyes. Just sit with what you heard. What Hokusai says. He isn't telling us anything that we haven't heard before. But how much of everything that we hear do we embody in ourselves, in our lives? The question is about the embodiment. Is it in my head, or am I letting it seep into every cell in my body, every action of mine? It's a reflection, a reflection. So just pause and now pivot. Pivot so that you can see within yourself. Remember, we are in a reflective meditation. Pivot so you can see yourself from inside you. And now let's focus on some questions that help us get into this reflective mode. So pay attention, like Hakusai says, pay attention. Attention to what? Yes, we talk about paying attention to our breath. But pay attention to what needs attention in your life right now, in the here and now. What needs attention in your life? And like I always say, there is no answer that comes to you through words in these questions. Just let it take you to that place. What is it that needs attention in my life? He says, keep changing, get stuck, accept and repeat. So let's notice, what is that resistance to change within ourselves? Where are you resisting life from happening through you? Where are we blocking the flow of life through us? Where in your life can you see that childlike nature that Hakusai talks about? You know, children do something over and over and over again till they are done with it. That's because they're so interested and they're loving what they're doing. So where is it that you can see this childlike nature in you? What do you do that you don't want to stop doing? Maybe it's a picture that you're drawing. Maybe it's a dish you're cooking. Maybe it's just doodling. Maybe it's listening to music, and maybe singing music or making music in some way or the other. What is it that draws you so much that you can't contain that energy that's pulling you towards doing it, and you just don't seem to be getting bored? Where is this childlike nature in you? I notice that I'm having this urge and this pull to make posts these days. I don't know how that pull just draws me and I'm making the posts, and it just keeps me in the present moment when I'm doing it. Or knitting has been something that's drawing me. really drawing me to, just stay and do, and I can knit and not be bored about it at all for the whole day. So what is it that in you is this nature, that childlike nature, where you feel that draw, that pull to get that zest of life? Where in our life can we sense our being ancient? Hakusai says we are also ancient. Everyone is ancient. And I think we understand that to some level, right? I mean, understand it maybe, or at least know it, that we know we are all, souls in these bodies, and we don't know where the soul has been. So in that sense, we are ancient. But let's talk embodiment here. Where have you felt this ancient feeling in you? Maybe in a wisdom or a wise thought that comes in, and something that guides you. Maybe you feel like you know what to do, or maybe you feel like this is not new. An understanding that comes in, maybe that is where you sense your ancientness. I don't know. Where is it? Look in for yourself. And he says that there is a world living inside of us. That's true, right? Water is alive and we drink water. Then that water lives inside of us, and we all know that water lives inside of us. There are so many microorganisms that are helping us digest and sustain this body. And all this is the life that is living inside of us. There's a lot more. So let's contemplate, what does it feel like to have a life growing, the world, living world within us? How much do we even notice it? So can we get in touch with that life that is within us, even that pulse, the heart beating, the blood flowing, the breath going in and out? Yeah, if you can still yourself, you can feel the blood flowing through the body. So that's life happening within us. Go in, see if you can feel this for yourself. Don't let it stay as a story in the head. It has to be something that you can experience for it to be true for you. Is it true for me? And it's okay if it's not. I mean, it's not like the story of the emperor's new clothes, just because everybody says, I see it. Oh yeah, I see it, I feel it. No. Do you really see it? Do you really feel it? That is the authenticity with which we do meditation. What does this life within you mean for you? What does it mean? I'm not saying give it a meaning in terms of words, but what does it mean when you look at that life and feel that intense whatever happening within you? What does it feel for you? What does it mean? And it can mean a million things, because the meaning changes as we evolve through our own meditation, right? There is no competition here. Did you get it? I got it. It's not like that. Really, what does it mean for you today, here, now? While you're sitting here, try to tap into that something that you love to do, something that evokes love in you. So if I were to ask you, what is it that you really, really love to do? If you could do anything you want, if you could do anything you want, what is it that you would love to do? What is it that you care about? When you say care, you feel it from that heart, the depths of your heart. You feel, what is that you care about? Just notice what comes up for you. Just notice. Notice, stay with your body, stay with the love that arises even by just thinking about this something that you love doing. Is it happening in your life right now? If not, is there a way that you can make it happen and let life flow through you? Notice what comes up as I say this. Notice the resistance. Notice the willingness, the openness. Notice the excitement, wanting to do something that is you wanted to do and you love doing, but it hasn't happened lately. Maybe you've done it as a child, maybe you've done it in the past, but you're not doing it right now. How can you pick it up, nurture it in the present moment? And as you nurture this something that you love to do, just nurturing it in your mind right now, right? In reality, you're not doing it. But the thought of it, notice what it means to be contented or contentment. What does contentment mean to you? Notice that. Notice the opposite of contentment also. What does that make you feel? What does that mean to you? Because there is all opposites exist in our life. There is sadness, there is joy, there is satisfaction, there is dissatisfaction. It's all there. And what Hokusai says is to just let it be there and just notice it. Notice the joy and its opposite. Notice the satisfaction and its opposite. And being okay with both or not okay with both. See what's coming up for you. Notice the strength and its opposite. We have all this in us. We have everything in us. That's what Hakusai says. Just notice. There's one thing that comes to me through this poem, and maybe to you too, but I would suggest reflecting and seeing if that comes up for you too, is the act of feeling that oneness with everything in and around us. The feeling of that oneness in life around us, inside us, can happen when we start seeing the similarities rather than the differences. Because there is similarities, there is differences. The similarities is what makes us one. The similarities that make us one is a lot more powerful in one way than the differences that are there between us and all living beings. However, the differences have their own power in making us unique. However, only after oneness is seen. If not, it is the ego. It's the ego bragging that I know it, I got it, and look at me, I'm so special, I'm different. But when we see that oneness and similarity in things, and then we identify the differences, then it blossoms into this unique being, and life is flowing through us. So sit with this thought, see what it means to you, and just stay with the flow of your breath, sensations that arise, and flow of the music. take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, rub your palms together and gently place them on your eyes, on your face. Feel that cold or the warmth of your body. Again, inhale. And as you exhale, you may open your eyes. And till we meet again next week with another poem and the rich wisdom that these poems offer us, stay connected to that life that's happening within you and contemplate on what Hokusai says. Thank you and bye-bye.